When to ask for an ID. You should ask for an ID before you begin to serve or begin to ring up an alcohol sale. For off-premise sales, you can place your hands on the alcohol packaging and then ask for an ID in case you need to remove the alcohol from reach. For on-premise sales, ask for an ID before pouring or serving the alcoholic beverage. Could you accept this ID? No, because the ID may have been tampered with in some way. Anytime an ID is tattered, torn, bent, expired, creased across the photograph and or birth date, it would be wise to take a closer look and ask for a second piece of identification. Acceptable forms for identification. Some retailers in Texas only accept a Texas driver's license or Texas identification card as valid identification to purchase alcoholic beverages. However, Texas is a state that touts tourism, people relocating, etc., and they will have identification from their home state. Refer back to your establishment's alcohol policy, as your establishment may only accept specific IDs. Not just any identification card is valid. A valid ID must appear to be valid, not expired, no obvious signs of alteration or forgery. Hey, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Got some ID there?
Yes.
Your ID's expired, sweetie.
Oh. But I got the real ID though.
I understand that, but it's I got to see a valid ID. Expired ID is not valid. I can't serve you tonight until you get a valid ID.
Only this one time?
I can't. No.
No.
And I understand that. I appreciate it, but I can't. Not tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Get your
Thank
ID
you.
replaced. Get
Good night.
back in here. Thanks, ladies. Have a good evening. Issued by a government agency. Includes a physical description and picture consistent with the customer's appearance, a birth date that is 21 years of age or older. Here are some examples of IDs that can be used in Texas State. A Texas driver's license, a Texas identification card, Texas temporary driver's license, out-of-state driver's license or IDs, military ID, U.S. passports and passport cards.